गुड इवनिंग फ्रेंड्स। टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ। किसी भी इंटरव्यूअर का फेवरेट क्वेश्चन होता है। I mean, it is kind of setting the ball rolling। एक शगुन का एक क्वेश्चन होता है ना, जैसे आप एक रेस्टोरेंट में जाके बेबी कॉर्न ऑर्डर करते हैं, वैसे कोई इंटरव्यू स्टार्ट करने के लिए चलो भाई टेल मी समथिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ, टेक मी थ्रू योर सीवी। नाउ व्हाट एग्जैक्टली इज दैट पर्सन आस्किंग? So is he asking only things that what are there on your resume? So typically first thing will be that my name is Akash. Second, I am born and brought up in Kolkata, or I belong to Delhi. Then third will be I graduated from Shahid Bhagat Singh. I graduated from Goenka College of Commerce, and then I completed my chartered accountancy or my MBA from an IFT. And I've done my internship at XYZ place. In terms of the core skill set that I bring on the table, I have got a hands-on experience on financial modeling, valuation, and to supplement my claim for getting such roles, I have also done this course in financial modeling from this XYZ university. Yeah, I have an intense interest in valuation, so I have read a lot of book on Ashwath Damodaran, and you can ask me anything. Also, for example, I have an avid watcher of valuation series on YouTube by this particular professor, and I have completed this course on Coursera. And then the fifth thing is about my family. So my father is a businessman, my mother is a homemaker, my elder sister is a chartered accountant. She is based out of Mumbai and is currently employed at Tata Capital. My brother-in-law is also a chartered accountant. He has worked at Raymond's. So basically you are kind of giving a feel कि भाई मेरे पूरे जो फैमिली है उसमें सब पढ़े लिखे हैं मेरी लेवल पे, बट आई एम द फर्स्ट जनरेशन, सो मैंने बहुत स्ट्रगल किया इस लेवल तक आने के लिए. एंड देन दैट द सिक्स्थ विल बी माय हॉबीज, माय स्किल्स. सो बेसिकली लाइक से आई एम एन एविड फॉलोअर ऑफ द इंडियन स्टॉक मार्केट, एंड अमंगस्ट सेक्टर्स आई रियली गेट fascinated by the BFSI sector, banking and financial services, and I see that there is scope for a 20x increase in this sector as Indian economy moves from a $3 trillion to a $10 trillion. Now, isme you can also give in a punch that when I have cleared my CA, I have taken 2 attempts. Okay. The moment you are saying this, so basically the other person would have tried to put you on your back foot and say, why have you taken 2 attempts or 3 attempts or even 5 attempts? But here you are yourself saying, it took me, unfortunately, it took me 5 attempts to clear my CA exams. There were multiple reasons for that, but now I look forward to start my career as a fresher, and I know that the rules of the game on the real turf are very different from the academic front. And given an opportunity, I would really want to validate that assumption of mine that I am much better on the execution front than a CV with 5 attempts in CA final would make one believe me to be. So once you are doing this, I think it can be a clincher, because you know what happens is that you are contesting the sheer fact, you are admitting that there is this shortcoming on your CV, that you have taken 5 attempts to clear, or let's say even an MBA you are not from that premier MBA college, but then you are saying कि भाई life में the rules of the game are very different from that of the academic world. Everyone will agree to that, and then ये एक आपका बिलीफ है, and what you are saying is that I want to be given an opportunity to validate that belief of mine कि मैं उन 5 attempts से जो आपको एक फीलिंग आती है कि बंदा कैसा होगा उससे मच बेटर हूं. And I am inspired by people like, let's say, my cousin who also took 5 attempts but today is the financial controller of Gati. He's based out of Hyderabad. It's taken him 10 years to reach that level, and he's done that much faster than any other of his counterpart who even would have had a couple of attempts or 1 attempt. Something like that. What I'm trying to tell you is that it has to be very crisp, and it has to clearly send a message that I am here to mean business. Don't be that, sorry, please take me, I really am in need of a job. That is something that will not do any good to you. Whenever you are taking people through your CV, take them in a very clear manner through that entire professional, educational, extracurricular dimension of yours. And then some people, some interviewers will act even smarter and say, tell me something that is not there on your CV. And then a lot of people are goofed off, kind of, भाई अब क्या बोलूं? Tell me something that is not on your CV. भाई जो था CV पे लिख दिया, मुश्किल से 1 पेज बना, उसके बियॉन्ड क्या होगा इसका जवाब? I think it can be very clearly, it can then move to your value system, your belief system. That's why it is not written on my CV that I had flunked 3 subjects when I had taken up science in class 11. So my report card read, you have failed 3 subjects, you must work hard to get a pass certificate. So I know what is the meaning of failure, and the journey has from then turned a very different trajectory. So maybe I have not yet become a topper, and I never wanted to be, probably because my ability to mug up is limited. But then that was my turning point, or I lost my father at a very early age, or I'm inspired by the ideals of Steve Jobs. And then you spin the interview to that direction, that it's okay, Steve Jobs, because that word will strike you, right? Or I'm really fascinated by the field of forensic audit. And if you look at the recent history of India, from the PNB bank scam to the Adidas scam, everywhere it's distortion of human values. And as a professional, I want to build a career in that space where I want to detect these control lapses and make sure that controls are robust enough to prevent a group of people from colluding with themselves and goofing and kind of going away with cheating the system. So again, it is, I think as a fresher or as an experienced guy, when people say tell me something about yourself, you have to come across as a person. You are a businessman, you're going there to sell yourself as a product or service. And in that case, that even an iota of self-pity, a doubt in your mind that okay, I am not a good guy enough, you have first attempt people, you have MBAs from IIMs, the moment that kind of a belief creeps into your system, you're gone. So this answer, while it might be just a formality like a baby corn in a restaurant, but it has its own significance because it tells me what exactly, it sets the tone for the interview, and hence you must be very, very careful about this. At least this has to be a very scripted answer. You have to be ऐसा रट लो उसको कि रात को 12 बजे भी कोई अगर आपसे पूछे, so tell me something about yourself apart from the other standard ones. What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? Where do you see yourself 5 years down the line, 10 years down the line? Who is your role model? ऐसे 10-15 जो question होते हैं, रट लो. I mean, there, because in the real life, that interview environment, you will be far more stressed because as a fresher, stakes for you are really very high. ठीक है? तो मैंने अभी एक बंदे को नरसिम्हा का इंटरव्यू के लिए प्रिपेयर किया था, एक फाई हैदराबाद and Narasimha. I made them really mug up these answers because has to be that what my father, I could have fallen into the footsteps of my father. He has got a flourishing business, but I wanted to prove myself independently, and if I have chosen this professional path, I want to work in an unstructured environment for 3 years, then go for my startup. So tell me something about yourself has to be a well scripted answer. And if you want any comments, any doubts, please put it in the section below and I shall be very happy to answer, because I create these videos to create that 1% better impact in the life of many. Thank you so much. Bye bye. All the best.